feel like these videos always start with a sigh. I was gonna put effort into my hair and how I'm dressed, but it's not the video for that today. I'm gonna talk about my mental well-being when I was going through my electrolysis journey back in 2017. The reason I'm filming this now is because I've had my results for quite some time now, and I've been an electrologist for 5 years. Woohoo, we hit 5 years this year. And I have been doing consultation after consultation recently. I've had an overload of people coming to me because they've experienced the same thing that I have. And I can't tell you how, I didn't realise how common it was in terms of PCOS and, more importantly, paradoxical hypertrichosis, which is laser stimulated hair. And I'm filling out these consultation forms and I'm like, so what do you think caused the hair? What have you done in the past? Laser, paradoxical hypertrichosis, PCOS, paradoxical hypertrichosis. Loads of people are just walking through my door who have gone through the same things, and I can see the emotions in the client's eyes. I can see the regret, I can see how upset they are, I can see the anger, the frustration, the confusion. I see it all. I can hear it in their voice when they're telling me their story, because I was once there. I've been through it. And I remember filming some clips years and years ago when I was going through my electrolysis journey, and they're these raw clips where I was planning on filming almost like a vlog type of a journey where I'm doing updates and showing you my skin, my healing process. But I was so embarrassed with these clips. I was so not okay with sharing it that I didn't share it. But they've been sitting on my hard drive for years, and I've got them on my laptop and we're gonna watch it together. There's only 2 because that's as far as I got, and I was like, I'm not gonna film anymore. But you can see the raw emotions that I was going through at the time. I feel like now that I've had my results, yes, I can sit here and tell you that it is going to get better and to trust the process and to be patient. But I feel like it's going to be helpful if I show you my actual raw emotions at the time. Every decision that I made at the time, whether I was plucking or waxing, I felt like I was making the right decision. I had no clue that it was gonna go the opposite direction. I didn't know why it grew back worse. I wasn't really sure what happened, but I thought if I carry on waxing, because I worked in a salon since I was 16 and I saw that people's hair eventually does get patchier, I thought it was gonna be the right decision. And when you're hearing about these people where they've overplucked their eyebrows and they regret doing it because their hair hasn't grown back, I kind of assumed that it was gonna be the same thing with my chin hair. So I thought eventually it's not gonna grow back, it's gonna stop. I didn't think I had a hormonal imbalance. When it was actually my grandma who said, oh, you know, you've got quite a lot of hair on your chin, maybe you do have a hormone imbalance. I laughed when she said that and I was like, no, I don't have a hormonal imbalance. And then it kind of clicked and I thought, maybe I should go and get a test done. And then my boyfriend, who is my husband now, he also said, oh, it could be a hormonal imbalance. And it is really embarrassing when we were dating at the time, you know, and I've got this hair on my face. Yeah, really embarrassing. Went and got tested, got diagnosed, and then I actually gave electrolysis a chance. So a friend of mine told me about electrolysis and I'd never heard of it before at the time. So I tried electrolysis, but I gave up on it too soon. I wasn't educated on it as much as I am now, of course. And I gave up on it, and then I tried laser. It was this new IPL machine that was out, because eventually I trained to become a beauty therapist. I started working in a clinic. I had access to everything. I was trying everything that I had available to me under the sun, and I thought I was gonna be perfect. If I had any cosmetic issues, I was like, well, I'm a beauty therapist now. I've got, you know, I can fix it. The fact that the opposite happened, and I felt sorry for myself at the time. I felt incredibly unlucky. I was like, why me? Like, why am I going through this? Or forget paradoxical hypertrichosis for a second. Like, yes, I made a mistake with that. Why do I even have PCOS? No one in my family has it. So I felt really unlucky, and even when I was going through electrolysis, so when I finally found the right path, you're going to hear in the clips that I'm going to show you. So I had developed actually a high pain tolerance, which I didn't have before. The high pain tolerance, now thinking about it, it came from the amount of anger that I had inside me and how desperate I was to get rid of it. So even though I didn't find it too painful on the chin, where my pain threshold was high, and I probably played around with the chin so much that it didn't hurt, the skin has developed some kind of resilience. But on areas where it did hurt, like the neck, if it ever felt sore anywhere, I was just, again, so angry at myself, where I was like, well, Mel, this is your fault and you deserve this. So I'm gonna show you this clip, we're gonna watch it together. But please keep in mind that it is still quite embarrassing for me. Obviously, I have had my results now, I feel great, but because I have PCOS and my hormones fluctuate, I do grow new hair, so I still need maintenance a few times a year. I am still incredibly happy and grateful that it's only just a few times a year where I have to worry about this chin hair, and I don't have to worry about it every week, every day like I used to. But yeah, just please be gentle with me in the comments. I don't know why I feel nervous, and I feel like instead of water I should be having a shot of tequila. Right, okay. So I've got my first electrolysis appointment today. When I say first, I just mean in a very long time. The last one I had was about 2-3 years ago. I know exactly what to expect. Even though I'm going to a different lady, it's still the same sort of process. I know that my skin is going to scab after. I know what sort of pain it is. It's honestly not that painful. It is bearable compared to other things that I've had done in the past. So I'm not worried about the pain. I'm just not looking forward to the scabbing, to be honest, especially because if you pick the scab, you can scar. You're just going to get like loads of little dots, which I have done before. When I was getting electrolysis, I would pick the scab off, but it would leave a scar. I know that I joke a lot about PCOS. I do, like, you know, with the whole, oh, I'm going to get a fade in my beard sort of thing. I know I joke about it a lot. I am genuinely affected by it, but I'm not crying about it, so it's just... it hasn't affected me to that extent. It's not like I don't want to leave the house and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to meet people. It hasn't come to that stage. I don't know, it's just, I've sort of accepted that this is just what I'm like and this is what I have to deal with. At least there's a solution, and I'm just gonna, this is just how I have to do it. I have to go as many times as I have to. Yeah, this is just my life now. It's just like, what more can I say? Shit happens, you just have to deal with it and you have to move on. You can see the emotions that I'm going through here, where I'm excited, trying to show that I'm happy, joking a little bit, because I guess it's like a defense mechanism or a coping mechanism, more like trying to cope through it and just, yeah, let me just joke about it and laugh about it, ha ha ha. But you can see that I am genuinely upset, and then you can see where I'm getting angry at myself, where I'm like, yeah, shit happens, Mel. You're just gonna have to deal with this now. This is your life now. This is what you've put yourself through. So there are a lot of emotions. I also admitted here that I used to pick the scabs off, and now, like, watching this back where I'm like, oh, it feels itchy and I can't help it, I'm still a picker. I still don't have a lot of self-control at all. But I'm like, you're lucky that you don't have scarring. So I've got another clip that I filmed for a week later. So I had my first electrolysis session. A week later, I did an update to show you what the skin looks like in the healing process. Now, please don't judge me. This clip that you're gonna see is even more of a clear indicator with where my mind was at. I literally just rolled out of bed and I was in such a state of mind where I couldn't even be bothered to do my hair, but this is the other clip that I'm going to show you. So yeah, so it has been 1 week since I've had my electrolysis done. I wanted to show you how the skin is healing up so far. A lot of the little scabs have come off. Not gonna lie, it was feeling a little bit itchy sometimes, so when I was scratching it I would accidentally take off some of the scabs, but I don't think it's gonna cause a lot of pigmentation or scarring or anything. So yeah, let me give you a close-up. So here is a real close-up of what it's looking like. There's still a few scabs left here on the neck. I guess it's still healing because you can see like all of these red dots here. Not gonna lie, like obviously I love the results, it's just when you're waiting for all of this to heal you do feel like crap. Especially because I've been like breaking out. I think my hormones have been going all over the place, or I know it sounds funny, but when I don't have my nails done, when I don't have my eyebrows done, when I've got all of this going on, I do feel like crap. That's why I couldn't be bothered to slap some makeup on today. I can't even be bothered. I just want this to all heal up. Which isn't going to happen anytime soon, because in 1 week's time I'm going to have to get this done again. So I feel like I'm going to feel like crap for quite a while until the hair gets less and I won't have too much scarring. Not scarring, scabs and stuff. Right, so that is my update, 1 week update. And I'll see you in my next one. Oh, poor Mel. I actually feel really sorry for myself there. So again, you can see a mixture of emotions where I'm happy with the results because the hair's going, but the scabs, my skin heals slowly. It used to take 2 weeks for my scabs to heal. And yeah, for a week's update, yeah, some of them have fallen off or scratched off, unfortunately, because of my issues with that. Poor little Mel. And then like the fact that I tell people how difficult it's going to be because you get the hair removed, then your skin goes through this healing process, scabbing, hyperpigmentation, spots. That goes down. 2 weeks later, you're ready for your next session. There you go again. You're going through that for a certain amount of time. I had to deal with that. I had sessions every 2 weeks for about a year. So for 1 whole year, I felt like that. Eventually, it does get to a point where I didn't even care. Now, because I've had electrolysis a long time ago before, I knew what to expect. But when I was having electrolysis the first time round, I was only having a 10-minute session. So to go from that to having an hour session I had for my first one, I had 1 whole hour. It was like trying to process that. You know, obviously the more work you have done, the more your skin's going to react, the more scabbing you're going to have, the longer it's going to take to heal. If you have sensitive skin like me and your skin heals slowly, you have to deal with that a lot longer. So yeah, I've been there. I've been there. And I know it's not easy, but it does get easier. But you can kind of see me, you know, now where I've come out the other side of the tunnel. I love to use that metaphor. Yeah, a lot of people do come to me for electrolysis because they know that I've been through exactly what they've been through. They know I know what it feels like. It was also difficult for me because I didn't know anyone who was going through the same thing. I didn't have a friend or a family member who experienced stuff like this. So I felt alone to some extent. Working in a beauty salon, I did meet women who had unwanted hair, so that did help. And then sharing my journey online helped as well because I was receiving messages and comments on my videos where people were saying that the same thing happened to them. So to some extent, I think that's why I didn't go to that stage where I couldn't leave the house. You know, because some people who go through this, they struggle a lot more than what I had struggled with. You know, not leaving the house, changing your social plans to suit hair removal. Yeah, I hope that you're coping okay, because even maintaining the hair in between, I personally used to trim any hairs that really bothered me with scissors, or I just used to leave it because it would be long enough for my next session with electrolysis. So I used to have it every 2 weeks, so I didn't really do anything in between apart from trimming any hairs that really bothered me. But I know that a lot of you out there, an hour session doesn't cover everything. So I do clients where the hair growth starts basically from the eye bone and it comes all the way down the cheek and the chin and the neck. Same from the other side. An hour is not enough to clear all of that hair. Even if it was enough, some people's skin doesn't allow me to clear every single hair. You still have hair on your face that you want to shave or trim or bleach, because those are pretty much the only 3 things that you can use when you've started electrolysis, because if you're not allowed to pluck, wax or thread, you're not allowed to remove the hair from the root because that's going to delay your results. You're not meant to do it. Those hairs would have missed out on an opportunity to get destroyed, and it just defeats the purpose of electrolysis. So you're only allowed to shave, trim or bleach the hair in between your sessions, but you're not allowed to do them too close to your electrolysis session as well, because straight after obviously your skin is inflamed. Then when the scabbing forms about 48 hours after, you're not allowed to pick the scabs off because you will damage your skin. You can cause scarring or pigmentation. So if you shave over that, you are gonna shave over the scabs, and it will take the scabs off when they haven't healed yet. So trying to shave around those scabs is also a little bit difficult. And yeah, this is all difficult for your mental well-being, trying to get on with your day-to-day life when you have this hair on your face. Eventually when the scabs do heal, as I said, it can take up to 2 weeks to heal. Some of my clients, their skin heals really quickly and it heals within 4 or 5 days. With others it can take about a week to 10 days, and then someone like me, it would take 2 weeks. I used to use the Jane Iredale pressed powder foundation. I found the powder foundation, especially because it's mineral, it's not comedogenic, and there was no way of bacteria forming in the pressed powder compact. I used to, as long as the makeup brush is clean, I used to pack that on, and because it was powder, it used to really cover the scab really well for me personally. So that's what I used to use, and that really helped me get on with my day-to-day life. Being a beauty therapist with my skin looking like that was awful, because I used to do facials at the time, trying to give skincare advice when it looked like I had breakouts or some kind of infection on my face. And if you do feel paranoid where you feel like someone's looking at it, do you know what, 9 times out of 10 they haven't noticed it. They're not seeing it. It's just all in your head because you know what you're going through and you know what's on your face. So hang in there, it is gonna get better. And if you do need anyone to talk to, my DMs are open for that, so you can message me if you want to. Also, I should be linking my TikTok down below as well, because on TikTok I focus a lot of my videos on electrolysis. I feel like Instagram is meant to look pretty and nice, so I try to just make it look aesthetically pleasing. My Harmless Beauty, my business Instagram, that's just full of pictures of nails, because that's another passion of mine. So nails, eyebrows, and I do post a bit about electrolysis, but I post mostly about electrolysis on my TikTok. You can check that out if you want to. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, take it easy.